how you treat people does matter. How you act when people aren't looking does matter. How, because if you have that faith that there's something, a higher power, at any moment, sure, something could happen. You could be like, you know what? No, right? You think you know what you're doing? Yeah. You think you actually have control? Yeah. Okay, let me just show you this. Boop. Stay on this countertop.
Oh, that's CeeLo Green, right? Crazy. Yeah. Ha ha ha. You really think you're in control? Yeah. Bless your soul, right?
Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of Don Draper's Den, an after-hours conversation with two fools in the marketing game. We're talking culture, we're talking trash, we're having conversations that really don't belong in the boardroom anyway. I'm Chris, this is Ernie, and guys, please like and share and comment and subscribe and all that kind of fun stuff. I want to blow the word up on this thing, so we appreciate your support as always. Without further ado, pour yourself a glass and let's get into this.
Cheers.
There's David.
Oh, man.
Yeah, bro. Hitting the coffee again.
Did you stop? I didn't know you stopped.
No. Like on the podcast, it's coffee every day.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's coffee every day.
You're hitting podcast.
Yeah. I just...
after work here?
I'm feeling a little something.
You're hitting some coffee?
It was mid... You know how you like doze off and it's that first bit where you like...
No clue.
You just...
No clue with that.
Does that even happen to you? Like, you know when you're falling asleep and you're like, you know what I mean? Maybe you're falling in your dream and then you just wake up.
Occasionally, maybe.
Right?
Occasionally,
it doesn't
maybe.
seem to be. And you just fucking pass right out.
I'm on cue. Time to sleep. I remember one time, though, like in college, I used to, at one point towards the end of my college years, I had to commute 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to live in the dorms anymore or at the frat house.
Right.
And so it was like the last semester. And man, I don't know how many times, I have no idea how I went from my parents' house to the university parking lot.
Yeah.
And I'd wake up, foot still on the brake.
Yeah.
In the parking lot. And I wake up like, park.
Yeah, man.
And turn off. I'm like, how did I even get here? No clue how I got from 45-minute drive, how I got to school.
I've done, it's weird, man. And it's another lifetime. But there was this road leading to the Jersey Shore, actually. I think it's called Route 35, if I'm not mistaken. I could maybe 37. Anyways, I'd go through like Tom's River. Shout out to Frankie Edgar, UFC champ, out that way. And then through Manchester and eventually to Jackson, where I live. And God, I don't even know where maybe we'd come back from Seaside. But anyways, there was someone asleep in the in shotgun in my old Chevy S10. And I remember waking up. I had cleared this light and there was a Wawa at it. I very much remember.
Yeah.
And there wasn't anything in that. For whatever reason, there was a bunch of old people homes, like 1,000 houses. You know what I mean? Like tons. And so what that basically means is there was nobody on the road.
Yeah.
Right? And it was pretty late at night. It was like 11:30.
Yeah.
But I remember a Wawa at that light. And then things had passed.
Yeah.
And I woke up while just going down the road. I'm like, and this one's asleep. You know what I mean? I'm like,
right.
All right. Yeah. Roll the windows down, you know?
Yeah.
Whew. Yeah, I lucked out.
Well, something about driving anyways, because like I could be, wide awake, slept well, and still have a hard time. Yeah. It's just that repetitive, like seeing the lines coming at you, and you have to stay focused on one area. You can't just wander around looking and at something that grasps your attention. You got to stay focused ahead of you. That causes that your brain to start going like numb.
I heard a weird, I don't know, just puts me in mind of that. Yesterday, I was at that networking thing. Shout out to Nick. Appreciate the invite. And there was a dude there who was working on an advanced degree anyway. It's called a master's, if not doctor or whatever it was. And he was like some engineer type, definitely one of those meetings where I feel like I'm the dumbest guy in the room, possibly the building. And so he's talking about whatever he's talking about. And he said, in his education or whatever, that there's a situation that happens where there's a measurable increase in the amount of CO2 in a given area. Okay. And if you can imagine it with like bad ventilation and some, run down basement of an office. Yeah. All right. It makes sense. End of the day, the vibe is that, well, everybody gets tired at the end of the day and, you're just tired from work. But in fact, it's CO2, like oxygen deprivation, that is leading to that, right? So anyways, his area of study, I guess, is how to remove and how to create filters for all this kind of thing to accommodate the extra CO2. And in a funny way, there's another guy. Interesting, right? I never would have thought. I never would have put two and two together, because you hear those moments separated where like good ventilation. Yeah. All right. I mean, duh, but so what?
That's my problem. Too much hot air coming from you.
This fucking guy. Here he is.
Messing up the CO2 in this building.
That was real good.
Knocks me out.
Solid burn. It's very respectable.
Knocks me out, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I get ridiculed.
No. I'll stay quiet.
Markers thrown at me.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'll stay quiet.
Hot air coming out of you, dude.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I won't push nothing.
That's my answer to that.
Well, what's funny is one of the other guys was like, well, just buy a plant. It was hilarious.
He's like, because I was doctored or something.
He wasn't wrong. Right, I was like, he's got you there, buddy. You know what I mean? You could go HEPA filter all you want, my man, but like.
But you probably need a lot of ferns to accommodate that.
Be that as it may.
See, that's a comment you keep to yourself, especially when someone's devoting a life.
Yeah, sure. It is like his discipline,
right?
His
passion. Yeah. He probably stays up late thinking about it.
How can we do that? And then
some guys like, just put a plant.
It was funny. It was very well timed, but I do picture like that's the hippie solution.
Yeah.
It's like, because it was a meeting at like a brewery, Yeah. And so you feel like all these like brilliant minds pontificating on the intricacies of this hard to solve problem that'll change the world. Mm-hmm. And then the bartender's just some fucking knucklehead. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's like, why don't you just put a plant there, man? You know what I mean? It just vanishes like, what? So
it reminds me of our last office. I had over 100, maybe 150 plants.
That's ridiculous.
It was awesome.
What was awesome about it, man? There's like, were those little?
I had all sorts of plants. Like
I really got all over bugs.
No,
shit.
We didn't really have that. Yeah. I really got into it and like got not just like 100, spider plants or something. Like I had so many different kinds of plants, different unique ones, and it was really cool. The only problem is, and then we had like all the fish tanks. We had maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fish tanks or so.
Who takes care of this?
Well, I did. But see, the thing is, it was easier when I started it because we literally lived like a couple minutes down the road.
Yeah.
And we lived in a small little apartment.
Yeah.
We're just stir crazy just looking at each other.
Right.
So I spent a lot of time at the office in the evenings.
Right.
Just because nothing else to do and I'm feeling crowded at home.
Yeah.
So, we didn't have to take care of the yard really. We didn't have to do anything as a rental property. So there really wasn't anything to do. And when Hannah was working like evenings, I'd just hang out at the office. And so that was easy for me to get into hobbies and have all these plants and fish, and we had all sorts of kind of cool fish.
Sounds like obligation, dude. I can't.
There's nothing else to do. Just like,
I guess I don't know.
And I'm a poly hobbyist, like I said. So like, I like to get into all sorts of new things. And then it just got to a point where then when we moved, that's when everything went down. It's like I couldn't, because I'm not gonna spend an hour of my workday, taking care of all the stuff every day. Like I just wasted
I remember
an hour.
The fish tank.
Yeah, just one fish tank at that point. We had a lot of fish tanks.
That was too much.
But it was kind of like, I don't want to spend an hour trying to take care of the stuff that, I should be spending on the business, So,
or just anything else. right? You just want to watch another episode.
Yeah, or just anything else.
Who's the
well,
boss
it
or
was
some shit?
peaceful. That's what I really liked about it.
Right.
Like it was a peaceful hobby,
Right.
you know, and it was cool because like we had all sorts of really cool plants around the office, and you know, it was really neat. But keep in mind, like our last office had a lot of space to fill.
So much.
It was
There's so
big,
much space, yeah.
and so it's kind of like, well, what am I going to do to fill this,
right,
in a way that doesn't look just atrocious? You know, look like there's a bunch of junk. So I'm like, well, cool. We could put some fish tanks here in a creative area.
Right.
We could put some plants all around the office area and
make it jungle like.
Well, it was, I mean, such a big place that even that it didn't feel like a jungle.
Right. With
100 plants, it's did not feel like a jungle.
No, it's just too much work.
But
without, like, I would get all stone plants and metal. You know, I wouldn't even who cares? Fuck plants. But I wouldn't get any
plants, dude.
Nope.
Yeah,
you know, I would put art on the walls.
I love art.
Right? I remember being.
But think of it, like I said,
stuff on the wall.
Like I was thinking, okay, well, we could put some like pictures and stuff on the walls. I'm like, how many pictures am I going to have to get? I mean, the walls, it was
walls.
A big space.
Like refrigerator size pictures would be kind of small.
And still look small.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I'll just put plants and make it feel organic. Yeah. Like it was cool. I enjoyed it. But yeah, the moment we moved and then we moved like 35 minutes away, it's like, yeah, this is done. No way. I'd have to spend weekends just there just to take care of it. And not only that, you'd have to spend like a couple evenings just to do that. And I wasn't willing to stay after hours, spend another hour only to then drive a 35 minutes. So I'm like, you know what? So I brought a lot of them home. That's why if you go to our house, we have a lot of plants there. Yeah. And then a lot of them just died because I'm like, I just can't keep up with it.
Right. And all the fish too. Would you feed the fish to the animals or what? Went down.
No, I think as each fish died over time, I just emptied out the tank and retired it.
They went to the
and the last few
wait, retired what?
The tank.
Oh, okay.
Retire the tank.
I thought you were giving me a euphemism for dead fish.
No, retire the tank. And then if we the last remaining few went into that main tank that you saw.
Okay.
And that was cool.
Yeah.
But then the moment I brought them home,
dead.
And I didn't want to set up a fish tank at the house.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well,
fuck it, we'll cook them.
Just kill them. You know, there's nothing else to do.
Yeah, just fed them the food.
Yeah.
Did you really feed them the bird?
No, I don't even think I fed the bird. I just think I kept them in their plastic baggie that I transported them in. And
damn.
Died, dude.
Damn. So they like looked at the world.
Yeah, we had that African like tiger shark too. That was my favorite.
Yeah.
But
slaughtered them.
Just slaughtered them. That was a good tank though. It was minimal. Didn't really take a whole lot of energy to take care of it.
No, I had like little. It was like growing into. I don't know what any terms about.
We had live plants and everything in there.
Yeah, it was like growing into the thing, the little ecosystem.
Yep.
What are those things called, man? Where it's like you could have a fish tank,
right?
You could have like a lizard tank, right?
Yeah.
But when you've got like mixed terrain or whatever,
terrariums.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. So I had a few terrariums too, which is cool. Yeah.
What'd you put in those?
Just like scenery and plants.
Yeah.
But basically, it's like a small little microcosm of this ecosystem.
Yeah, like a mini ecosystem. Yeah.
So no, it was mainly just plants, but it almost looked like a jungle, you know, in there. But then you had to feed it like certain like bugs and stuff like that to keep eating things and keep that going, moving along. Right.
Yeah, I saw a guy online. It's weird shit. There's so much weird stuff online, man. So interesting, weird shit. There was a guy building those things, and he had a couple of words that didn't add up to me. You know, a fish one, a lizard one, and there was a couple that was like, wait, a what? A whatium? You know?
Yeah. Like terrariums don't necessarily need to have like fish or snails or something. I mean, you usually have to put something in there.
That was a weird one. Yeah. He first of all, he constructed it by hand. So the prep to that, right? And then you realize like, oh God, he must have been doing this for at least a year, right? But then he had one, I wish I could remember the guy's name, where it like had kept going and it began to like sustain.
It's cool because there's some you see where like there's big like containers and they cap it and that's it. And for years it just
just
the ecosystem.
What interesting. I mean, that's kind of to get all meta with it. It's like, are we just in our own little...
Trust me, I did think of that. I did think of that because like even when I was taking care of the fish, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking, is this how God kind of sees the universe? Like, oh, okay, see these fish, they're contained in this thing, this atmosphere, this environment. Yeah. And all right, you need food. Boom. Oh, where's that food coming? Right? Complete reliance on me to feed them. But yet they don't even necessarily know that.
Yeah.
Just something falls from the sky and they eat it, right? And then same thing with the terrariums and all that stuff. Like you start looking and you're like, huh. Yeah. Right. But like, and then it got me thinking about free will and, all that, Calvinism and Armenian, all that stuff, because it's like, okay, yes, these fish have free will, right? They can swim this way, they can swim that way, up, down, they can hide under the rock. But at the end of the day, you're not leaving this tank.
Yeah.
And I know that, if I prevent you from having food, you're going to die.
Right.
If I overfeed you, you can die.
Right.
Like there's a little bit of both going on basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you have free will, but there's also parameters and you don't even know why you can't seem to go further. It's just a glass. It's like, why can't I go further?
I mean, to really go into the idea, because it's not like we're the only ones that ever think of this, but it's interesting to me to consider that the limitations are external and internal.
Mm-hmm.
So the fish is limited obviously by the size of the tank and the glass, but the nature of the container itself is a concept that is beyond the fish. Right?
Yeah.
It cannot conceive of an idea of a concept such as glass, right? That's, you know what I mean? As a concept, you're like, if you were to describe it to an animal, the animal, I imagine the conversation like, wait a minute, you took a rock and then did this, and this.
Right.
Why would you build a box of rock? What?
Yeah.
It's just a weird concept. So on that side, it's like the external is not even explainable to the inhabitants, right? Conceptually, they don't even have the internal capacity, right? That's the other part, where it's like their own limitation is such that like, even if I could try to explain, you're a fucking fish, right?
Right. But I do think about that, like the sovereignty of God and his control, and be able to say, look at this thing.
Yeah.
I remember one of my sister-in-laws, my brother and sister-in-law had a fish tank, and every day she'd see this one fish attacking the other fish, to the point where she got upset. She pulled the fish out and placed it on the countertop. There, you're going to be punished for a little bit. Right, you're gonna be punished a little bit, and then she put him back in.
Yeah, right.
But it's like again, like thinking God, like, okay, look, it's a really simple life.
Yeah,
that
take care of right there gets on my.
I take care of you. I give you food, and here you are trying to kill.
Right.
Another one of the things that I enjoy.
That's funny because I was defending the behavior of the fish. No, I'm looking at the fish like, leave him alone. Like he likes picking on that fish.
Right. But even from that concept, it's like, okay, it's a very simple task. Right. You have nothing to fight over. Why are you fighting? You get fed, you're privileged.
Why not?
Everything, your tank gets cleaned every time. No. And yet you still got to be evil and pick on that thing. So you know what? You're being punished.
Guy has been eyeballing me the whole time. I'm on the side of the fish. I'll be that petty fish in the tank. Like this guy,
right?
Why'd you take my food? Yeah. Right.
All you have to do is acknowledge that I will take care of you and just live a peaceful life. No, you take matters in your own hands. You bullying other fish, right? That's kind of that. It was really fun, just to think about all that stuff.
Yeah. That's interesting.
And how it does make sense in life now, where like, how you treat people does matter. How you act when people aren't looking does matter. How, because if you have that faith that there's something, a higher power, at any moment, sure, something could happen. You could be like, you know what? No, right? You think you know what you're doing? Yeah. You think you actually have control? Yeah. Okay, let me just show you this. Boop. Stay on this countertop.
Oh, that's CeeLo Green, right? Crazy. Yeah. Ha ha ha. You really think you're in control? Yeah. Bless your soul, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you just picture. So I have a flip to that seems like old world, old gods, right? It puts me in mind of like like the Roman gods,
Mm-hmm.
right? Where I think like, are they really plucking me out of obscurity and all that type of stuff?
Yeah.
Plucking me out of obscurity as I don't know, go about my daily business.
Yeah.
Right. Moving things intentionally so that I do or do not do their will.
Yep.
I have a hard time because it then makes me think, well, like, word, bro? What are they on Mount Olympus still? You know what I mean? What happened to the old ones? I got the new ones now. Who's in charge? You know, who am I paying rent to? Right. So the whole idea of that sits a little weird with me. However, the probably bigger concept, right, which I'm fine with, is the like sheer limitation of my understanding.
Yeah, absolutely.
And not even me personally.
No, absolutely.
I don't have much. Right? I mean, like the real geniuses in the world. I'm like, dude, we know this much.
Right.
And we're operating as if we know all this much.
Yeah, we don't.
We don't.
Well, you know, I like looking at like dogs as an example who they get it.
Yeah.
Right. It's because, all right, this is pretty good here.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I can't leave this house. I can only go out to the yard whenever they let me.
Right.
But I get fed. I get pets. I get a nice warm bed.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about where I'm going to find my next meal.
Yep.
I love you. You're my best friend.
Everything's fine here.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry about why can't I go and chase the, wildlife.
But that said, though, there's the flip side of like that ignorance isn't always bliss.
Mm-hmm.
If all of a sudden you can't be explained to in a reasonable way, and the nature of a vacuum, for example, then all of a sudden that poor dog, almost on a daily basis, has this like huge existential fight.
Right.
Like, like for some reason, the boss, mom and dad seem to use this machine, this creature, right, that makes this awful sound, right? Like, and it's like that's your hell. Yeah. But it's only their hell for that
moment. And they still run to you at the end of it.
Yeah. Like, holy shit, I can't, you survive that again?
Yeah, right.
That monster's here to kill us all.
Yeah. But it was cool. I like that.
Yeah, all the fish, it just seems like work. I'd rather play the guitar. So I don't even know how we got on that, man.
The dude at the networking event.
Oh, yeah.
Filter stuff, yeah.
Just get a plant. Oh man, poor fellow. So, what else? This is around Valentine's Day. So I know everybody bought.
Are you doing anything for Valentine's Day?
Probably not. Probably not. It's just bad timing, But whatever. Just go out for dinner another time. No big deal. But that's not the case for everybody. You yourself have said that there's like this Super Bowl of love.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you got to buy in, and
I'm a huge
the chocolate heart covered thing, and this, that, and the other.
I'm a big,
it's a whole big
proponent of that, because I think that it's hard enough for guys to really think of spoiling their loved ones, their significant others. Okay, like it takes time and energy. Not everybody's good at it. The majority of guys aren't good at it. No, there's times when I'm not. So why not instead of dreading Valentine's Day, why don't you say, okay, instead of dreading it, why don't we embrace the concept of Valentine's and in fact just take it to the extreme? Let's make that our Super Bowl where we really go in and be creative, do something different every year for our girlfriends or our wives or what have you. And of course we could have argument, well, why does it have to be the guy that does it? Why can't, sure, whatever. But I'm a guy talking to a bunch of my guy friends, and all I'm saying is, hey, when was the last time that you bought flowers or thought of a fun date event that maybe when you were years ago, it came naturally, but over time you just kind of, forget about it.
What's for dinner?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You just forget about it. Life gets just tiring. It's exhausting. So I always encourage my friends, hey, this is the time. This is Super. What are you doing? Come up with something fun.
Right.
And if they say like, well, I'm going to take her out to dinner and get some like flowers or something, like, no, come on, dude. Damn. That's like the lowest.
That's it. Entry level
thing.
101.
What else could you do? Okay. Well, maybe I'll get some jewelry. Okay. I mean, again, you're just kind of throwing money at that.
Yeah. Here you go.
Some creative things you could do, and when I challenge a lot of my friends, it's fun to some of the creative things that they've come up with. Like they've come up with like a dice game, like, okay, roll, and whatever you roll, I put a list and this is what we're going to do. Okay. So kind of like a little creative chance game,
all right.
All right. Someone did the classic, make tickets. And, all right. You can spend this year, and tonight you need to pick 3 of these creative tickets that you're going to spend.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. That's kind of been done a lot, what other things can you do? Maybe take a 1-tank trip, maybe get an Airbnb somewhere away, because you're always stuck with the family and the kids every day. You never really go on a trip,
money.
Yeah, but it's not all of them have to be money. Like I did this one thing one time where I did like a chef's table in our own house. Yeah. So we got to eat anyways and cook. But I cooked, and I had wine and music, and I played a concert. Like I got a projector and played a live concert on the walls, like over the cabinets and everything, dimmed the lights down. So it had this really cool concert feel, because I know Hannah loves, festivals and concerts. And so I think I think it must have been like an Ozzy, a Black Sabbath type concert. Had that playing. In the meantime, I had a whole meal prepped, and I cooked. I had 3 course, 3 to 5.
Courses?
Yeah. And I had it all planned, that kind of thing. Cooked in front of her. She just sat there, and all right, what are we eating today? Here's what's on the menu.
Jesus Christ, I'm exhausted. It's just, wait, I don't
nothing that expensive there. We had to eat anyways, but it's just a uniqueness about it. Oh, he actually thought about this, and how he, how did he plan something more unique?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm more of like, hey, you look good. Let's eat some dinner. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Except that, why not? Have fun. Life's too short. Why not? That's my whole challenge. Is like, okay, yeah, you're right. You could do that, whatever. But why not? Life's too short. Have fun with it. Go do, I don't know, whatever. Go take her to.
I'm a little jaded because I feel like there's a hustle.
What's a hustle?
Not
what are you hustling?
None of your part. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying, it's not like you're out there doing what, you get triggered.
Right.
40-year-old lady.
Right.
So, no, right? You're not going to trick somebody like that. But I'm just saying that the hustle is on us, right? The typical purveyors of all wares for Valentine is like, everything's on the premium. Fucking flowers cost 8 times what they normally do, right? There's this urgency, this obligation, and everything about, like, I'm thinking of the like a real novelty of things. Man, you should pay the biggest premium. I'm thinking, edible arrangements, right? Where it's like, it's covered in, it's the fruit and chocolate, and it's a whole little thing.
Right.
But why does it cost so much money? Why did I do this? I've been hustled. I've been hoodwinked.
Yeah, but okay, that's edible arrangements, though. Like, you don't have to do it. Make your own edible arrangements. Chocolate dip some stuff, and exactly. It's just they want to see us putting some time into it. They don't necessarily not. I mean, I'm sure some women want the nice jewelry and all that stuff, but for the most part, average people, average men don't have that kind of money to spend. They just need to. If you spend time coming up with an idea, coming up with or spending time cooking the meal instead of, hey, let's go out and get something to eat. Time and then put the phone away, right? So that it's all just focusing on you today, babe. That type of thing. Why not? Life's too short. And I'm all about trying to challenge men to be, to be men, to be loving men who don't just.
Is that what's on?
No, this is not a menu. It's just living it. I just want guys to be loving men, who don't just get, they don't get comfortable, comfortable that, again, it's like, well, what's for dinner? Yeah, all right. Well, hey, I mowed the lawn. Yeah, that's love.
Lawn more than Jim did.
Right.
Jimmy doesn't do shit.
Yeah, right.
Now give me a goddamn beer.
Exactly. Right. And the truth of the matter is, for a lot of women, they have to deal with that every fucking day. Right? Every fucking day, women have to deal with that. So you mean to tell me that guys can't, right? Guys can at least try to devote some attention to one day, and then maybe even the anniversary. Oh, maybe even their birthday. Oh, maybe even come up with better Christmas gifts for them. So we're asking like guys 4, 5, maybe 6 times a year to think of something special. Is that so hard? Exactly. And you're not, and the thing is, you're the norm. Like, it's not like the way you're acting is like only a Chris thing. No. That's like every fucking guy out there.
I will say that I'm astonished at, because I'm not a total animal and kind of goes around, but I am astonished to find out like how little guys really do.
Yeah,
as compared to what I'm accustomed
to. Yeah.
So,
and I'm not saying that I'm perfect at it too. Like,
well, you're trying to fucking hell of a lot harder than I am.
I'm just saying that like it's a good reminder. Like when Valentine's Day comes, it's a good reminder of like me assessing. Like, man, yeah, I didn't do well this last year to really show my appreciation. So at least I'm gonna try to start fresh this Valentine's.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't. Yeah. All right. I feel like you need a Love Doctor little YouTube channel or something. Yeah. Man, here's how we're gonna do this. Because some guys just don't know, right? No. Like, I guess, my dad was no, super romantic or anything like that. But at least, like, he did have the flowers, And for a guy, what is he, like 70?
Well, maybe when they first met, when they were young and he was young and strong, and maybe he was.
One of my favorite stories, shout out to my old man. One of my favorite stories is my mom, and he had just gotten their first apartment or whatever the case. Possibly first house anyway. So it's way back in the day, in the early 70s. And my mom was kind of sheltered. I don't know. So she kind of learned how to be a wife through TV. That's how I imagine it.
Yeah.
And so she went through the trouble of getting like a candle thing and the dinner. And my dad comes home from work, and they're like young. Got married at like 21 and 19, something like that. So comes home from work, and my dad walks in to see the house kind of dark.
So like, what else could you do? You could take them out to an Airbnb. Some of these, your significant others are maybe be cooped up in a house with the kids or what have you. You haven't taken a vacation in a while.
Super sexist, bro.
Well, again, I'm only talking because I'm a man talking to another man.
Yeah.
But like, take them out on an Airbnb, a 1-tank trip, especially if you're in the Cincinnati area. You could go to Louisville, you go to Indianapolis, you could go to Columbus, you could go
Louisville,
dude. Lexington. There's a lot of different places you could do.
Out here.
One year I remember I did like a chef's table. So it doesn't have to be expensive. We have to eat anyways. So, but we had a chef's table experience at our house.
Yeah.
The island in our kitchen. That was kind of like the chef's table. And while Hannah was sitting there, I cooked a 3-course meal, and I had a projector playing like all across the wall over the cabinets and everything of like a live concert. I think it was Black Sabbath or Ozzy or something. So while that's playing, had candlelit and then served her, and
candles?
Again, candles. And so it was like
towel, like
no, I didn't go that far, but some food that I learned how to make. She hasn't eaten it yet, so it was just a good.
I picture the Chippendales, like how they just have
the collar. Yeah. No, that's not a good sight. That'd spoil her dinner. But it's like it's what's the difference between that and going to a restaurant? Well, I put some time and effort and thought, and I went grocery shopping, but it wasn't that much money to do, and it was creative and unique. Something she'll remember.
It does, but you're saying that, and that's great. That's great. That's very good. She's a lucky woman, but it also does presume that you can cook.
Okay, so
I'm just saying that's another thing. Now, I'm not saying I'm some master chef by any stretch, right? But I do know some very basic principles about like cooking.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like when you're making certain things, you're throwing some garlic and onion, and it's going to make it better, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Real basic shit. But I'm shocked by how many men honestly our age or otherwise, right? They're like they're not kidding when they say I can make like mac and cheese out the box.
Yeah. Well, but again, like a typical guy making a lot of excuses of like, well, I can't do this or that. Find out something else to do.
I mean, there is YouTube.
You're right. There's YouTube. How spectacular would that be if you went on YouTube, you studied how to do something that you never done before, and you created a meal from scratch? Wow. You know, you're probably gonna get laid that night.
You're for sure getting laid. By the way, come on, it's Valentine. You know.
Hey, but again, you just show it's not about that, Chris. It's not about that. It's about showing how much you appreciate and love the person.
I don't know why you do anything, really. As a man at all, right? That's the whole point. I learned the guitar because I was like, oh, fucking, I just love this musical instrument. No, it was a long time ago. It occurred to me. I was like, I'm short. I don't got any muscles. I'm not that smart. I don't know what I'm going to do. I bet I can learn this guitar and maybe get some, you know.
Yeah, it's like my sons. I was a good dad. We had him learn how to play piano. Yeah. We got him a guitar and we got him a drum set. Yeah. I'm like, boys, I'm telling you right now, you learn how to play the piano for the rest of your life.
Pay dividends.
Right? You play some nice mean riffs or licks on that guitar. You then start banging out in that drum. I'll tell you, you're done. Like, You'll have them all.
It's so true. You know what's funny? When did it was a couple of years ago. I was teaching my buddy guitar, right? So there was a cat in the circle of friends that was playing the guitar. And he happened to be, he was just younger and kind of I don't know, man. You know, some people just kind of gravity. They just pull people in. Yeah, you know, he had that kind of charm, right? Yeah. So he was getting the ladies, and good for him. God bless him, right? He was like half my age. I mean, go ahead, right? So he had learned to play the guitar, and I'm willing to. Hey, you can play, cool, man. Let's jam. You know, but the way he was pulling him in, you know, and the vibe, I just kind of figured like he's really got something going. Yeah. It was the most entry level bullshit playing. I'm not mad at it. Yeah. It's just an observation of truth where I was like, oh, all right, well, yeah, fine, man. You can rock a little Tom Petty, maybe. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he could sing okay, just like me. And I was like, well, that's all it takes.
He's like, 'cause I'm free.
Oh, yeah.
Free falling.
Oh, yeah. Like root chords, not the real chords, just...
Yeah,
fine. Yeah. You know what?
They're all swooning after him.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
As if, and I mean, I could fucking play circles around him, right?
Yeah.
But first of all, I'm not on that menu, right? You know what I mean? I'm a middle-aged man without $1 million in the bank, right? So I'm not on the menu. I get it. But I did kind of like look over, like, really? That's all it took? You know what I mean?
Anytime you're like,
I can play the dog shit out of this fucking instrument.
I can play circles around you.
Huh. All right.
Yeah, you don't need to know. You just need to know a little bit. You gotta have good charisma. You know, you gotta be like at least 5'10".
There's some right? There's some of that. There's a little
5'10".
In fact, I was watching Love Island with I think season 1 million. I don't know what, some bullshit season. First of all, why do people watch that?
Where's your man card, dude?
Look, Shannon's going through it. I sat on the couch.
Fucking give me that, man.
Begrudgingly.
Admit that you owe a man card for that.
Fuck off. I ain't giving you nothing. You got to come take it. So I sit down and I'm like, all right, we're going to, I got to do the thing. Yep. Right. So I'm going to sit down on the couch and I'm in it. You know what I mean? Because that trash TV, like, you got to be a monk to not just give in. Yep. Right. So of course I'm in it. I'm like, okay, who's this one? And they get these dumb fucking bullshit ass like Gen Z names. The one broad, her name was Oleander. No, it was something like that. It was like
what's her name again, Chris?
What?
What's her name again, Chris?
Oleander. Olin.
You're really invested in this show.
Something, right? And then she was going with Nick. Right. So then Nick was hooked up with this chick and the other broad had like this huge ass. I didn't really think it was huge. I didn't even see it. Right. Yeah. Because I don't see these kinds of things because I'm a gentleman. Right. But Shannon said she had a big ass. Right. So I don't know because I can't see. You know what I mean? It's like the Lord blocked it out. You know what I mean? Like real life just blurred out. Anyways. So, and then they got to kiss each other, and there's like challenges for who has the best kiss. Who votes on it, by the way? I have no idea. Like, I don't know how any of this shit works. So.
There's at least 9 man cards you turned in, dude.
First of all,
and you know what? Times 2 because it's you. Because it's you.
Take them. You already know I got a fucking library, dude. If my man card collection were in physical form, it would be like the Great Library of Alexandria.
But Love Island, dude. I mean,
Love Island. Season 7.
Like if you were a marble statue, a crack just formed on a statue.
No.
Yeah. Love Island.
Take a little more than Love Island to bring down your boy. Don't doubt the kid. So, but anyways, that was me putting in boyfriend time. Right?
Okay.
You like this shitty, abject waste of time television? By the way, what did they do?
Were you at least on your phone? Like
No, damn it, because I'm invested too. If you're going to take the time to invest in, you're making, whatever you're doing, crafts.
Wow.
Hey, you got a 3-course meal. Well, that was me putting in time. Like, all right, this phone's away. I'm here. I'm invested.
Yeah.
Let's learn about Nick and Oleander. Whatever her.
Well, I spend my time. We're watching Alone, Naked and Afraid.
Yeah.
We're watching survival stuff, dude.
Right.
You're watching Love Island, whatever.
They're so stupid. What are they even doing with their lives, bro?
Right.
I get that they're locked on this island, but like, I don't know. There wasn't a guitar in the house. There wasn't a chessboard. There's not a book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just, what are you doing?
Yeah.
God bless them. They're all handsome and stuff.
I swear sometimes, like Hannah and I talk about how we should like have a mic set up like right above our bed just for a podcast whenever we're watching shows. Yeah. Because we're just cracking jokes the whole time and like ripping and like critiquing the show. And like Naked and Afraid. Yeah. It's hilarious the shit that comes out of our mouth. Because sometimes we're just laughing the whole time. Oh, they're fucking doing it, dude. Yeah. Whore. Right. Look at that. Yeah. Why don't you spend more time catching some, killing some animals instead of
a fucking book or something. Learn a goddamn trade or something. What was that? Remember Mystery Science 3000? Mystery Science Theater 3000?
Is it a book?
No, it was a show. I don't even know what it was on, honestly, because I've only seen it on YouTube, really. I didn't catch it when it was actually happening. But like way back in the day, it was a guy. It was like, picture like you're watching a screen, movie screen, and then there's like a guy, a creature of some kind maybe, and a robot. And it's like the silhouette as if you're sitting behind them in a movie theater, right? And they would just trash whatever. It was like B horror movies, you know what I mean? Creature from Planet 9 and shit, Black Lagoon and all this kind of stuff. And so, but yeah, it was hilarious because the guy would just talk shit.
Yeah, that'd be us in our podcast.
Yeah.
Of course, we're like laying in our bed, all comfy.
Covered in dogs,
right. Cuddling up, ripping on people and Naked and Afraid, call them losers and shit. Right. And then we look at each other and start laughing like, look at us.
Right.
You have no business.
Passing chips.
Yeah, right. Like, I could survive that. Come on, you could catch that just squirrel
covered in dust from whatever chip it might be.
Yeah, but you know what? Okay, listen, this episode is probably going to come out after Valentine's Day, so I better hear that you've planned something. It doesn't have to be on Valentine's Day. It could be the day after. It could be like, this will come out maybe like a week or two after Valentine's Day.
I'll have brought her like a half-eaten Jersey Mike sub. I know she likes the flavor, even if I got hungry in the way.
Half-eaten, not even a whole one.
We like the same thing.
Get some edible arrangements or something.
I'm not doing it. Listen, that's a sham.
Get her a box of crumble cookies.
God forbid. God forbid.
Give a baker a box of crumble cookies.
Shout out Brawl Bakery for all your baking needs.
Used to say like, oh, Shannon, you know what? I got you something, a surprise for Valentine's. Something real special. You'll love it. And then just show her a box of crumble cookies.
As I present the box, she would start tying up her hair to fight.
Yes.
Right? That would be
and then she shows you the full experience of Brawlin Bakery.
Yeah. Food so good, you fight your mouth for it.
There you go.
Yeah, man. I think, I think all that stuff's a sham. right? For the most part, I get that there's a special day and you celebrate the love and all that, but I think that I'm paying premium on flowers. I'm paying premium on the cookies. I got all this limited time, got to get it in, obligated as a man to just blow hella cash on shit that you want it done anyway. Maybe you don't even like it, right? Like it's always the candles with the roses, and you see every now and again. I love those where like the chick will like lean back and her hair goes on fire because the candles are around the hot tub. It's so good. But there's like honey and all this prototype, just standard issue romantic stuff. Nah.
Ooh, are you gonna at least try to be creative then?
Yeah.
Something free? You give a lot of things that are free.
Like a little massage.
Yeah.
You know, hey, I'm here. You know, make you feel better.
Do you guys have a tub like you can bathe in? She can bathe in?
Yeah, I wouldn't really rock my own whole building.
Because you can make like the homemade like milk bath for her. There's like you can YouTube it. YouTube, you put like milk and like honey or something or some other shit in this bottles, and then you pour that into the tub with it full of water and makes it nice and milky. Oh yeah, it's nice. Get some candles. Let her just have a spa evening.
Dude, lighting candles inside is like it's bad for your health.
Stop it!
What?
Stop it! Stop
It's true.
It. You know, it's funny when we first moved to this location.
No.
I put in all those air scents, and then I walk around and I see them pull. I'm like, dude, candles not lit, nothing. You just want to smell like all manly smell for our clients. I'm trying to build a brand here, Chris. Just trying to get some orange scent, to match the orange color logo. And you're like taking it down. Why? Oh, that's not good for you. There's all these chemicals.
Well, first of all, you're like breathing. It's like breathing in a dryer sheet.
The moment you start seeing me like I'm dying because I'm smelling, pull it out. Pull it out.
I'll have a sinus
Save my life.
and then I can't sell to nobody. So it's fine.
You're complicated, dude. Complicated.
Fine.
So, anyways, just get some.
Look, so back to the edible arrangement. I think it's a sham. I'm not spending money on it. They use all these like creepy marketing tactics. Actually, you mentioned crumble cookie. The limited. What do they do? They do like limited. No, they do weekly flavor changes, right? Flavor announcements, right?
Yeah.
So, but how much is it? It's like a $7 cookie.
It's like $7 a cookie. Yeah, you buy like 10 dozen, you're paying like $40 after taxes.
Bro.
Yeah, trust me.
Are they really that good?
I could never do it, unless it's a special occasion,
right.
Or like let's say we're having like out of town guests in, and I want to make it special. Right. And they know that's special. They know how much money is put into that.
Right.
Sure, and it's good.
Yeah,
like those cookies are great.
Right.
But man, that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah,
man.
and I honestly don't know how franchises like that. I think Crumble Cookies is a franchise, and Edible Arrangements too. I don't know how they survive. When you think of the cost of the lease or the building that they're in, and then you got the employees, and the bills, the licensing, the
whatever,
and then with Edible Arrangements, you got like fruit that doesn't last long.
That is operational risk. Operational risk.
I just don't know how they do it. I don't know how you make money off that and be able to actually make a profit.
To sustain the business. Well, so
it's a cool concept.
It's a very cool concept.
And if one's to happen to land in our office, I'll eat the shit out of it.
It's fine. Sure. I'll have it too. But no, I think that like not all that. So what I've learned, right, doing this is that the franchise world is like, some do it right. Let's go with McDonald's. Right? McDonald's, you're going to open it up, and they're going to give you the standard issue where like there's a logo and there's all the McDonald's stuff and obviously the recipes and the food and all that junk. Okay, so fine, that's part of it. But they also have like absurd brand recognition, right? So you could just, if there's fucking power in that place, right? Yeah, like you can set up anywhere. Right. So, okay. So there's the brand recognition, but also like the way that McDonald's markets and then informs their franchisees to do it. Like it's fucking scripted out, man.
Yeah.
Like there's no stone left unturned. Like those professionals at their marketing have been doing that. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure, not knowing like the history of marketing for McDonald's, but like I'm sure there's some real legends that help them to develop what it is to have restaurant marketing. They wrote the book.
Yeah.
So when it comes time to set that up, my guesstimation, not researched, would be that it's hard to fail. Right? It happens, sure. Right. But when it comes to say a McDonald's, it's hard to fail because they know how to get the word out there. They know how to train you to get the word out there, because even though they've got a hell of a national campaign, international campaign, right? That might not always translate to the local, right? Like there's an element of like that one size doesn't necessarily fit all, right? Maybe there's a weird dynamic. What if in your town, there's like Ray's Burgers or some shit. It's been here forever. And everybody's like sour on the idea of some corporation coming in. You know what I mean? Like
McDonald's though, dude.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, that's a far stretch.
Right? It would be like
their brand is so strong that like they could plop that thing anywhere.
Middle of anywhere.
Yeah.
The middle of India. They're gonna be like, hell yeah. We're not serving hamburgers. Right?
Yeah.
But like whatever kind of burger, everybody's in.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, but my point is that like, so that's an example of like super duper strong brand. All the stuff, like they got it all going on, right? But then as you kind of go
into some of these smaller brands,
then it's like, ooh, we can't really, like you see the breakdown in that they've got maybe the collateral, they've maybe got the brand recognition, but maybe they don't teach you how to use it.
Yeah.
Right. So it's kind of, it's like me, like if you handed somebody, I don't know, a set of tools or something, woodworking tools, it's like, well, thanks. I got a Sawzall and a hammer, you know what I mean? But like, what do I do?
Right,
you know what I mean? How do I measure this? Like, what the hell am I going to build?
Yeah.
So that's where you're missing. Oh, you didn't educate these people. They're doing their best with the collateral, the marketing crap that you gave them, but they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to run a marketing campaign or build a calendar or any shit like that.
Yeah, I've worked with a lot of different franchises over the years, and it's amazing to see, how some of them know it and they're good. Yeah. They understand how to train their new franchise owners. They provide the marketing tools, the sales tool. They have a good product. They spend money from corporate. They spend money on, marketing in the area for brand awareness to help them. Yeah. They have their shit together, right? Then it's amazing how many other franchises they don't. I remember there's this one coffee franchise, local coffee franchise we were working with, and they had an idea of franchising other locations. They started popping up all these different locations throughout Cincinnati. Right. And then once the franchise agreement was over and they needed to renew, all those coffee shops didn't re-sign. Damn. And they just changed the name of their coffee franchise and then just went on their own. Why? Because once they spent 3 years or however long, 5 years, they learned where they sourced their cups. And here's the cups. You just put the sticker on it. Well, I can put my sticker on it. Why do I got to? They learned where they sourced the coffee. They learned, I'll just change the coffee. Right. And then next they had their own franchise. I think what's unique about in scenarios like McDonald's is that they're under a triple net lease agreement with their building. Right. The real estate McDonald's is a real estate game, right? Yeah. We learned that in that one movie that they had and others. They make their money not on the burgers but on the real estate. Right. Well, you're locked in. Yeah. Right. You're locked in that agreement. There was, for a lot of these franchises, they don't have anything that's really locking them in. You got to have a really solid, franchise agreement to keep them stuck there for as long as you want, But yeah, franchises are cool. They ideally you're provided, if you're a franchise owner, you're provided with the processes, the product that is shown to work, is proven. Right. You have enough of that history to be able to show that this thing works and will sell. Right. And then you're given marketing, spend from corporate, marketing help. Ideally, they provide the whole system for you. It's a turnkey solution, right? Right. But man, there's so many franchises there now that it's just that they're not doing their franchise owners justice. You know, it's like with Barker's. You know, Hannah's a dog grooming shop. You know, she at any moment she wants to franchise that, she could.
Right.
You know, it's a great model, but it's energy. It's a lot of time investment. You know. Money investment, resources that have to go to it. We got to make sure that we're researching markets that's going to work and all this blah, 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 blah.
There it is.
You know, and I let her decide, what are you comfortable with? How do you want to do that or not? And she's like, nope, I have no interest in that. And that's absolutely fine. Because if you don't have the passion to really run a franchise the way it should be, man, you could lose a lot of money, a lot of time and energy. Contracts may not be rock solid, you know, we open a franchise in a location that is not good and they end up having to shut it down. I mean, there's a lot of risk, liabilities in that.
And
if you don't do it right,
that is like substantial.
Yeah.
You know, where like there's tens, if not hundreds of thousands worth of a mistake.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to really measure twice, cut once.
But I tell you what, if somebody like from an Edible Arrangements or came to me and said, hey, can you help me with marketing? I'm like, no.
Right.
No,
right.
How much money do you have? And only because I just can't, especially in certain markets.
Yeah.
Like I could see maybe, you know, wherever they were located, it was the perfect area, perfect market. Maybe it was like in a city or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Affluent neighborhood just out
versus out in the suburbs.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how this thing works. I'm not going to say that I can help you market this thing, right? That's just a huge gamble. There's a lot of franchises like that where I wouldn't touch it.
Right.
You know,
I mean, but that said, there are others that I'd be curious. Like, I think we can fill the void.
Oh yeah.
Because the thing seems to be like, you can mass produce, you can sell the widget and you know the widget is good and it's a valuable thing. But when it gets local, that's hard.
Yeah.
That's a hard gap to fill. Because if you're corporate, like to go on that side of the fence, right? I'm thinking like, all right, I'm corporate and I'm going to sell this thing in whatever. Let's not even say big city names, right? From Wilmington, Ohio to, you know, Wilmington, Delaware, even though that's kind of a big city. Like, you know, the nuances of those little communities are going to be drastically different. How are you going to find that out?
Yeah.
You know, are you going to pay somebody every time you go to a new spot? Especially if it's like a small spot.
Yeah.
If it's like a flagship in Dallas.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand why you would pay somebody for 3 months to live in Dallas and just do the thing, right? And set up like $1 million in revenue a month, whatever, right? Store of some kind. But if it's just a smaller shop, right, and you're talking like $100,000 to buy in as a franchisee, it's kind of hard to give them the attention they need.
Yeah.
Right. So it's in fact, as a result, it's not uncommon that those franchisees will help from local marketers to be like, hey, I have the stuff I need, but corporate's kind of doing the best they can. I don't know if they would say it like that, but doing the best they can, but I do need some local help. Yeah. Right. People need to know the local flavor so we can actually get some momentum going. Yep. Especially if those people want to be, you know, well off from it. Yeah. Right. It's not like they want to just break even. No, they're going to make a shit ton of money. That's why they got that. Yeah. But yeah, man, I wouldn't mind working on the corporate side of all the franchises. That's a little different. Yeah. You know, work on a national brand, or commercials, working on a national brand awareness, but on the local franchises, there's some I wouldn't touch, man. Yeah. I remember when I was approached by the Kerrs franchises, a lot of the owners here were struggling. Right. And I went in, talked to the owners, and I left. I'm like, you're in a tough market. Yeah. You're in a tough market. And not only that, but they didn't want to do things like strengthen their relationship with their current membership, because if they continue to talk with them and email them and text them, call them, whatever, then it would remind them that they had a membership, which they would cancel once they remind them. So a lot of these gyms, they make money off of automatic payments on credit cards. They just forget it's there. You just forget it's there. Right. Well, they didn't want to remind them. They didn't want to like even market to their own members just because they'll remember that they had a membership and cancel. I mean, if anything says you don't have you think like, it would be a good thing to be reminded of the thing that you bought.
You'd think, right?
But if you're not even confident in that you're reaching out, it's just like you're going to reach out and remind them like, oh yeah, I've been meaning to cancel that.
Right.
Shit, man. Right. What are you even selling at that point?
At that point. That's why I pretty much walked in and I walked out. I'm like, no, it's too much with very little results. And I have to like convince the owners of tactics. I have to change their whole mentality on how to do this.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, the whole model was breaking down.
Right.
You know, Planet Fitness started coming out and all these, you know, memberships for, you know, $19 a month or whatever it is.
Right.
You know, it's
it don't need much.
Yeah. But yeah, franchises are interesting to me. I love them. I mean, the franchises that we work on, I love the franchises we work on.
It's fun.
But I'm really selective.
Yeah.
On that. But I don't even know how we got into that, but
I don't know.
But yeah.
And some don't work, and some we've seen them fail. The one I'm thinking about is Frisch's.
Yeah.
Frisch Big Boy. That's, you know, around here. I never went to it really.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it was. I just saw the statues around here.
Yeah.
Out front. You know.
Yeah.
But
I think a lot of that has to do with leadership though too.
Yeah.
Leadership, innovation, a vision.
It seems like it was, from what I saw and understand, it was adapting. Right. Like their competitors adapted menus and adapted the look, and it was one of those things that just seems kind of outdated.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, Roy Rogers or something.
Cracker Barrels dug their heels in.
Bro.
I don't know if that's a franchise, but probably not.
Logo.
But they're
keeping the whip.
Kept their heels dug in. I personally believe that long term, that's a bad strategy. But I understand why I think so.
Why do you think that?
I mean, I understand, like, okay, your core people, you know, you want to satisfy, but there's incremental changes you could do.
Oh, yeah.
Right? There's incremental changes you could do to keep your core. Right. You don't have to make that big change.
Yeah.
You know? And then all of a sudden change the interior to be a lot more modern for the younger folks. You don't have to do that overnight right away. You could do incremental changes so long as you have a vision, right? Yeah. Of where you want to go. But because they made that huge change, it became news. It became, you know, look at what they're doing. They're all woke now. Like what? I think your execution was wrong. Your studies, because I'm sure they researched this.
Yeah, I've had to.
Right? They've had to have researched this. And so you figure, okay, they're missing another demographic. Right. So I think just your implementation executions are off on it, which caused a big scene, got even the president involved, you know, and then next thing you know, they tuck their tail and they go back to the old logo. I don't think you're necessarily wrong. Right. You just didn't execute it properly. Yeah. You know? Maybe all of a sudden the guy's just off the logo. No one realized the cracker's no longer there. Right. You know? Right. You know, small things. Yeah. You know? The barrel, all of a sudden he's just sitting in this thing and the barrel's gone. But I don't know. I'm just saying, like, that's little changes.
Like if every week for a year or something, they just remove one line. You know what I mean? Yeah. And slowly, like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. How long have you been doing this for?
What's going on?
You know?
Where'd the guy go?
Yeah. You know, people, what I've learned this with music. I've learned this with even in marketing. I learned this flying an airplane, like be a passenger in an airplane. People don't like sudden changes. Right. You know? If the pilot knows that they're going to be descending to land soon, he's going to prep everybody. All right, passengers, we're a few miles out. You know, we're going to be starting our descent. I'm going to turn on the buckle your seatbelt.
You better be smoother than this, bro. You're not convincing me of shit.
But you know what I'm saying? That
I hear you stumbling through.
I'm not a pilot. I'm not doing this stuff.
Land the plane. Jesus, rehearse the script a little, guy. You know.
Shut the fuck up. But you know what I'm saying? Like, prep us. Yeah. Let us know. They put on a little notification. All right, we got to buckle in. We're making a descent. No. You just all of a sudden go, take off. Oh, no. Yeah. If you do that, there's a problem. Yeah. Same thing with music. Right. If you're like hitting like one song is strong and heavy, and then you just go without any warning, boom, go to the slow song.
Right to the ballad.
It's like, what's happening?
What are we doing?
You know? if you're going to do that, at least talk or something in the middle, or at least maybe hold your key a little and let everybody just relax into the next song.
Have one of those like Elvis moments. I love when Elvis would like get extra intimate with you. You know, he'd start talking to you. Maybe, you know, I'll think about you or not, shit like that.
And then you make the transition, right? Same thing with marketing. I just think that they went from, you know, we're at this altitude and all of a sudden we're descending, you know, sharp descent.
And what a weird, I don't know if that happens at any other time in history too, man, because like it did go so viral. Like it was really a big deal.
Yeah.
In hindsight, even now, I mean, I forget when that was. It was like summertime, something like that. But it was like a really big deal. Like the president?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It's only a restaurant. You know what I mean? It's super
well
weird.
Because it brought this whole, you know, the woke vibes.
Yeah. It's odd that it got connected to that.
Right.
But in any other time, you know, when like, I don't know, Bill Clinton is president or some shit, like that doesn't happen. You know, I think it's just I think
there's a number of things. I don't think it's just Bill Clinton or the change of president. I think it's sign of the time, the culture shift. I think it's the social media now. Like back then, social media wasn't a thing. No one would even notice.
Like it wouldn't even
took
hit
the cracker.
It might have hit the nightly news, you know, as like the third bullet.
Right.
But like, who am I thinking of? Like Dan Rather or something. They don't give a fuck about that. They got real problems to deal with. You know what I mean?
But because it's on social media, boom.
Right. Yeah, it can get this crazy momentum that it probably doesn't deserve.
Yeah, it's like that one. Did you ever look at the reel I was telling you about? The functional microwave oven microwave cover?
Yes. By the way, I was slightly amused, but it cracks me up even more that you were losing your mind.
Dude, I was losing my mind. Look for an hour. I'm just like, let's talk about your microwave cover. You know, but like, here's this lady, old lady, you know, there's nothing wrong with what she said. She's fine. She's saying it with her accent, Southern accent. But it just, if you don't listen carefully, it really sounds like she's just ripping on black people's microwave oven covers. So you know,
I do that though. I'm in the fold on that one.
Did you see the follow up? She had a follow up video, like where she goes, like "All right, no." She's just like, "Okay, I'm going to talk about functional microwave
enunciating, really articulating it."
Yeah,
that's funny.
You know, but like she didn't know. Like in any other era prior to social media doesn't exist.
In fact, you know what? You know where it does exist, and we've talked about this in the past. How, you know, in another time you'd reenact it to your friends. That guy, would have lived in his neighborhood with his friends, and he would have seen it as an infomercial or something, or what, you know, and then he would make a little funny about it, right? And then that group of friends, if that's 10 people, there might be 25 people at most.
They'd chuckle.
Right? Like, it's kind of funny. Did you see the thing? You go to the bar, but that's it, right? Whereas now, I would say, thankfully, I think, you know, there's a lot more good than there is bad, right, with the social media. But like, I'm grateful. Like, no, that dude gets to brighten days for who knows, possibly forever. Like, no shit, to this day, I still hit up the Black Ninja for E-Bombs. Just when I feel like, is that still as funny as it was?
Yours is the Black Ninja. Oh, mine is the
so good.
Not Today songify. Not today. The lady's talking about she was cooking breakfast for her children.
Oh, she's interviewed outside.
Yeah, she's interviewed outside.
It's like, that shit's hilarious.
Like, man, it's cold outside.
Oh, it's good.
Like, that's where my go-to. If I'm just down, I'm like, I just got to play her again, play that video again.
Or another one is a cream cheese guy. He's like super, super Italian guy from like Bronx or something like this. And he's watching this chick. He's reacting to a chick making a bagel. She like cuts the bagel, like she doesn't fillet it.
Oh yeah.
She cuts it in the middle and then just flattens it. And he's so stereotypically Italian. He's such a Goomba that he's like He's like, oh, not for nothing, nice rack though. All right, I don't know about your bagel skills. And then she does the ultimate offense, which I agree. She puts the schmear on the outside of the bagel. What kind of savage? What? His reaction? What? He can't even get. He's so offended. He can't even get the words out. Right. And then it ends.
Yeah. Have you ever watched? Speaking of Italians, have you ever watched the kid? There's like a kid who's traveling in Italy, and he purposely does little videos of Italians' reactions as he's purposely doing things the wrong way. I know. Like he'll fold his pizza and eat it. He'll like, things like that. Yeah. Or he'll I don't know, all the different, like with his wine or whatever. Right. He'll drink his wine improperly, and everybody, like, you can just see all the patrons like, what is he doing? But he's doing it knowing that they just get really pissed off about things done improperly.
And I think, that's the place to do it too, because if you're not doing the thing, you'd be
like dabbing the pizza of all the grease.
Right.
And they're all like, no, don't do that. And I'll approach them like, what are you thinking?
What in the world? Or God forbid you break the pasta.
Oh yeah, he'll do that. He'll break the pasta in front of like his roommate or something.
Like, I know I've seen that. Mm-hmm. I think I've seen it with, there's one guy in particular, and I think his wife or something just goes around busting his balls all day long, snapping the pasta.
It works him.
It's like,
this is one reel I saw recently where it's like the old mom, grandmother, whatever, teaching how to cook a recipe in front of like Ramsey.
Yeah. And she just shits all over. Like, what are you talking about? I forget.
I've been cooking for years before you were even born. Right. Don't even tell me what I'm doing wrong. And it just puts the Italian guy in his place.
So good, man. That's so good. Yeah. I know they're outside or something, right? Yeah. That's good. Well, I think we did it.
Yeah, I think
that was good. A couple of good moments.
I don't know all we talked about, but whatever. So that week, for some reason, I just want to get done with winter.
Bro, it's been, most of it's melted, but having the snow around. I don't know how many days was it. It was like 2 weeks or something, and there was no sun.
Yeah.
How do they do it, bro? Like in Canada, or like in shit?
Yeah, in Alaska and stuff, the Arctic Circle, like very little days of sun. Like, no, that's why like there's a lot of depression and the suicide rates high.
Go to California or something. Well, don't go to California. It's fucking crazy. Go somewhere like where there's sun. Yeah. Jesus, man.
I couldn't do it.
But I'll say this. Then the sun came out, right? And it was, what was the other day? It was like 52 degrees.
It was nice. Right? Yeah.
I was, you almost want to get a suntan. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh man, this is fucking beautiful, right?
I think that day I went to Walmart with t-shirt and shorts. Yeah. And I hate wearing shorts. I just did it just because it's like, I just need to soak in all the sun. Right?
Yeah. So anyways, hopefully that ends, man. We get some regular weather. But with that, let's get the fuck out of here. From the iconic era of advertising to the digital age, I'm Chris.
And I'm Ernie.
Keep it legendary.